Hi there, everybody. This is Mark Bromley, the author and artist of the Yoranthium book series. Today I'm going to show you one of the book covers I designed. There's a spine and a back for it as well. I made the whole entire thing. I was thinking of using this for the book of Jintru, maybe the paperback edition. And this is called The Conception of Child, the Conception of Soul, the Conception of Life. The beginning of the human soul begins upon conception. When the two chromosomes meet and create the first DNA chain, the human soul has been created. Plain and simple. A new human being has come into existence. There are many beliefs and many faiths that believe in the spirit, in the soul of a human being, and that upon our deaths, we transcend death to become life again and to be reborn, to relive a life that was better than the first life, for being good. Good karma creates your birth as a human. Bad karma creates your life as a lesser being, like a bug, a rodent, an animal of some kind. So, how do you keep your soul pure and blessed? Well, one thing is you definitely have to believe in life. That upon conception, a new soul has inhabited the blastocyst. And the blastocyst sends out human chorionic gonadotropin, which is a chemical communication between that of child and the mother. It is a communication, the most fundamental of biological means, that communicates for many, many days, for about a week, that this new blastocyst is asking the mother to be implanted into the womb. Of course, there are natural causes. Perhaps the soul is incomplete. Perhaps the soul is corrupted. Perhaps it's not meant to be. But that could be called a miscarriage within the first 8 days. But once implantation has taken place, make no mistake, there was an acceptance by the mother of the baby to be born in the womb, to be created, because it is a good baby. Could you imagine? I mean, the world is an evil place. There is much suffering. There are terrible people. It is recognized that a third of the world population would abuse pregnant people just because they have angst, anxiety, and angers, and they're upset about the quality of life or their quality of life. So they take it out on weaker and undeveloped life. If you don't believe me, you can actually play a video game called Conan Exiles. In that game, you will see that those who gain the most power brutalize those who have no power. It's the same thing in like Elder Scrolls Online. Those of great strength attack those of little strength. Yeah, that's a true suffering in our world. Those who would see themselves as stronger attack the weaker in our society all the time. And the only reason you could want to actually kill a baby is perhaps because of the suffering and the evils of this world, weighing on you so difficult, making your life so difficult that you're just looking for a moment of peace or gratification. So you think the way that the evil people of this world want you to think. But you don't have to. Because what if that child that is in your womb is a Dalai Lama, a Buddhist, a Buddha, a great Buddha, and is welcomed into a whole entire group of loving and caring people that will show you that the world can be very good and kind to you? What if the child itself becomes good and kind to you and shows you that the world is actually better than all the evil and all the suffering that you've seen in this world? The change in your own thoughts, in your own mind, about the value of life, of good life, of good karma is better than giving into the suffering of bad karma and the evils of this world. It's always better. Of course, many have several different concepts, and in book 2, we explore some of these concepts, and you get to understand my reasoning for telling you that upon conception, the human soul is formed. In this case, we have elves. This is a little elfin fetus right there. You can see the pointed ear. And it's in front of a blastocyst. The umbilical cord right there next to a heart is a DNA chain. And it gives you a very beautiful feel of a forest, some trees, some foliage and flowers, and the heart of life. It's meant to look like kind of like a womb, and it's very important in this book. There is some difficulty in this book because some terrible deeds do take place, to transpire. But it is about furthering life, coming up to an understanding of life, and rejecting the evils of a third of this world who would attack life and destroy it just because they hate it, just because they hate pregnancies, just because they hate pregnant people, just because they hate the womb, just because they wish they never were born. But you know what? If you change your view from bad karma to good karma, a better world can be created for all people around you, for everybody around you. And when you think about that, then you can see the importance of it. I know you have all these things, but what if, what if, what if? Yeah, there's a lot of what ifs. Doesn't mean that all those what ifs are bad things or evils in this world. The best thing you can do is believe in the truth of life, the true value and virtue that makes the world a little bit better to live in. And that's what the Yoranthium book talks about in more depth and more detail. Don't give in to all those really quick and fast, crazy thinkers who are just haters of the womb, who are just those who beat and batter those who are pregnant in this world. Don't give in to those false, phony, hateful beliefs. Change your soul to a belief in life, of nature, and what the nature of good karma love is actually all about. And you'll see, even in your sorrow of darkness, you can find the light that will show you a better future. Well, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I've lived in the brutal USA version of North Korea here in Northland, Colorado, ever since I was a child in poverty. An oppressive poverty that still pursues me to this day. Because a lot of people in your government are just evil, maniacal people. Don't give in to their beliefs. Change those beliefs. Change those beliefs to make a better world. Because the truth of humanity is among the stars. And eventually we will grow beyond the need of our womb world, of Earth, the garden womb world, which is also discussed in the Yoranthium book series. There's a deep philosophy in the books, and it's not just a simple story. I know, I get some simpletons that attack my artwork because they can never understand true artwork. Most simpletons cannot understand art. So it all has to be the same thing that they've seen in some cheaply made comic book. But elevate yourselves. Rise to a higher level of art. Rise to a higher positivity in the world and the cosmos. And see that the human soul is born upon conception. And that life, human life, and human rights begins upon conception. And that's exactly what happens in this world. Thank you very much. I'm Mark Bromley, giving you a little bit of my philosophies, telling you that the philosophy and the story of Yoranthium, Book 2, the Book of Jintru. And that one is only going to come out once I have successfully had a decent run with my first book. After I raise the first $10,000 for my first book, I will release book 2. And book 3 will come after that, which are already written and they're ready to come out. And they teach about some of the lack of morals our current politics in this world have, and the failures of those people who would do terrible things. Well, join me on this journey of Yoranthium, and we will create a new enlightened world with a new favoring of life above all. And I will answer many of the questions you may have. And you will see that illumination can be yours through art and understanding. Art is about life, and that's something that is very important. Thank you very much for listening to me. I'm Mark Bromley. You have a great day, and keep doing art and making it wonderful.